to build and serve up web mapping applications. This is actually what I'm doing right now with World Map that Ben just talked about. Benefits of cloud computing is that it basically provides a whole computer infrastructure for serving up your website or other service without requiring you to actually go out and buy a bunch of hardware. It's basically, it's kind of like renting instead of buying. Benefits of that is that it's pretty flexible and scalable. If you don't know how popular a website's going to be, how many hits it's going to get, this lets you start small and ramp up quickly and easily. Whereas if you buy a server, it may end up being more than you'll ever need, or it might not be enough. This, within a few minutes, you can add more servers to host your website or scale down. And there are a few companies that provide cloud computing services. Amazon Web Services is what we're using now. There's also Rackspace and Microsoft have their own cloud computing services. For Amazon, they have something called Elastic Compute Cloud, or EC2, and it allows you to create what they call Amazon machine images, or use some that other people have created. And basically what it is, it's like a server template, and the templates have different operating systems available, such as Windows or various flavors of Linux. And from that, you can launch basically identical virtual servers based on any one AMI. So you can create an AMI with all the software you need to run your website, and then launch one virtual server based on that. And if that's not enough, if you need more, you can create 2 or 100 or 5,000 more servers, all identical to each other from that one AMI. In terms of storage, Amazon provides something called an elastic block store. It's basically kind of like a virtual hard drive. This is great for databases or any other kind of file storage. And basically you can attach this EBS to one of your running instances. And it's like, you can think of it as putting in, connecting an external hard drive to your computer. Kind of works that way. And it allows you, for instance, if you've got your database on one of these hooked up to a small instance of a server, and you need something more powerful, you can quickly just launch a new instance with more horsepower and detach the EBS holding your database from the original one and attach it to the new one, and you're set to go. In terms of scalability, this shows just 2 examples of what you can do. On the left, you've basically got a light load set up. It's whoop, went too fast there. A small AMI with 2 gigs of RAM and 1 virtual core, and all the software that you need for a typical web mapping application is on there, along with your data attached in an elastic block store. And if it turns out you start getting close to Facebook popularity, you can go up to, well, this probably wouldn't be enough of that, but you can go up to 2 extra large instances, and you can have some of your software, such as the database, running on one and everything else running on another, and then take the same elastic block store from here and connect it to one of these. And here's an example. This is just World Map. This is Ben did a great description of what this does, and that's running on Amazon. You can see the big, ugly Amazon Web Services URL up here. Eventually, that'll be changed to just worldmap.harvard.edu. You can assign domain names to Amazon servers, but we're not at that point yet. This is another web mapping application I made a couple years ago that was originally served up on Amazon. It's a voter turnout map for letting people basically enter in actual voter turnout and expected voter turnout for wards in New Hampshire, and this was used during the 2008 presidential election. And the reason I went with Amazon Web Services for this is because it was unclear at the time whether only 1 or 2 people would be using it or hundreds of people. And that's how I first got into Amazon Web Services. In terms of setting up an account, first you just go to Amazon Web Services and register. This service isn't free, unfortunately. The cost is based on the size of the server instances you create, as well as the amount of storage you use and the amount of traffic you have. Generally, you can expect it to cost probably about $2 a day for a small virtual server. Once you've registered, next you need to use a management console to create your AMIs and launch your instances and so forth. Amazon Web Services provides its own web console, and there's also an add-on for Firefox that's pretty popular called ElasticBox. This is just a screenshot of what the management console looks like. Up here is a list of the instances that are running, and you can see the size of them here and the status. And for each one, you can get some basic statistics. And for the right price, they'll give you better metrics on that. Okay, the next step is basically to select an existing machine image or create your own, and then launch 1 or more instances from that. You can log it onto each instance using a secure shell, and from that point you can basically use it like any other actual real server and install all the software you need. This is optional. You don't need to use an Elastic Block Store, but I think it's a good idea if you're going to be using a database and you want to transfer it to other machines. And once it's created, you can choose the size. It can be anywhere from 1 gigabyte to 1 terabyte. And then you attach that to your running instance and use it to store your data and applications. And these are some links if you want to find out more info. Those of you who use ArcGIS, they actually have machine images with ArcGIS pre-installed that you can set up and use. And that's it. Thank you.